And most of all, just release some of that pressure you feel.
They motion the receiver around to the other side. 1st and 10. The give. And it's Patrick Willis who makes the tackle. The corner step back. It's now 2nd down.
All right, we are back here with the losers, the buyback bracket. And it looks like we've got a rematch between Tdavis and Takeaway in this one. Obviously, both teams using the 49ers. You can tell which one Tdavis is by his use of the 4-4 split formation. And before we really get into this, I just want to say that you guys can stop the search party. I did happen to find my head. It was buried in my rear from that Little Man game that I just got beat in. So I was able to find it and remove it from my rear.
Nice job that time by the quarterback.
Looks like Philly Ron's back here. Philly, what do you think about this matchup here? We got a rematch from earlier.
Well, Takeaway versus Tdavis. Takeaway's feeling himself right now. He had a little, let's say a gentleman's competition between him and Evil King. And Evil King got the better of him. And after that, it just so happened that they matched up against each other in the first round of the buyback bracket. And he put Evil King out the tournament for good. So he's starting to feel good about himself. So he might, get his swag back here and beat Tdavis. But Tdavis, we know, isn't going to go down without a good fight. And so we'll see him.
You know from last tournament that Tdavis is able to play when the pressure's turned up. This is obviously his last chance in the tournament, so I fully expect him to play his best football today.
Yeah, and that's what we were saying again when you were playing. I was telling them every game that we see now is going to be a more aggressive game because everybody knows this is it. So everybody's going to be running their most efficient plays. Everybody's going to be going for as many yards as possible because they want to get their opponent into an uncomfortable spot. So again, we're seeing that here. Takeaway is able to drive down the field right away, but Tdavis is settling in because he's been giving them all types of hell right now down in the goal line. So let's see what happens. And he intercepts the ball. So
now, I've been playing it every single time that Takeaway's been on the screen, so I haven't gotten to see him play. Was he running Green Bay today?
No.
Okay, so
they're running Green Bay because it's been effective. They watch you use it. They watch True Statement use it.
And they watch me abuse it.
No, but people can see the logic behind the scheme. And because of that, they're saying, you know what, the hell with this. Instead of me just keep getting beat with it, I'm going to use it. And let's see. And that's going to be another way that they try to test True Statement. Let me see how he will play how he will defend his own set to maybe help me be able to beat this. I don't want to knock people and say it's like the sucker's way of doing it, but that's one way that you can, find out how to beat your opponent. Start running their stuff against them and see what they do.
Right. I definitely agree with that.
So what I used to do when I would see that is I just start running base defense. I'll just run like a 4-3-2 man under.
Don't show them anything
special.
special.
Don't show anything and just use her through it. Because you really don't want to show anybody how to shut you down. So, but at the same time, you should have a way to shut your offense down in case you face it. I just wouldn't exploit how I would stop mine on every play. So if it's a 3rd and long or it's a 4th and long, go ahead and pull out that money play. But first, second down, you don't need to be running that.
So Tdavis, as I mentioned earlier, this is Tdavis. It's a good scramble. This looks eerily similar to the Takeaway Tdavis game earlier.
Yeah.
He did a very similar scramble.
Yeah. And Takeaway pulled it out at the very end of that game, if I'm not mistaken. So it's going to be could be another tight one, man.
See some people asking about the Jags playbook. I talked to Tdavis earlier, and I asked him the same question, why? And he says that he really likes the spread as well as the tight flex and the strong eye. So, and there's also a nice trips tight end in there as well. So Jags playbook, I would say, is a very slept-on playbook.
Yeah, I'll take a look at that book to see what's going on in there. Tdavis and the Jags.
Well, obviously, we see right here, I mean, Tdavis on the play selection screen, it shows wide receiver cross is in there. Wide receiver cross is obviously one of the all-time great Madden plays. So, definitely a play that Tdavis could possibly go on.
These first downs add up. It's like body punches in a fight.
I'm looking for blowouts, man. I'm sorry. I'm in the mode right now where we need quick scores, we need blowouts, we need the opportunity to move this event on a little faster, just so we can get to the finals. Let's get to this championship.
Right.
Crown season.
Right. Maybe not a super accurate analogy, but you look at like my game against Little Man. I sat and commentated for the past 4 or 5 hours, and you got to feel for Joe. He's been sitting for 6 hours.
Yeah, it's a problem, and we talked about that while you were playing. How would that affect Joe? And what I said was, because Joe seems so comfortable, to me, Joe seems that he's better on defense than he is on offense. His offense is more of a frustrating style, clock you. I'm just going to run the ball and burn up clock. Very effective run game, but he just uses it to burn up clock. He can use his defense to get him back into the flow of the game for him sitting so long. I think if he was a more offensive-minded player and he had to come out and score a lot, that gap, that time that he's been sitting will hurt, because you may not be as sharp. Whereas on defense, you get an opportunity to read what your opponent is doing. Good play, Tdavis. Read what your opponent is doing, and get their tendency and put yourself back into the game. So I think that's when the benefit Joe came along.
Now, obviously, the call paid off, but do you agree with that call by Tdavis there?
Say that again and we call.
Tdavis goes for it on a 4th and 1 when he could take the 3 points and be the first on the board anyways.
When it's down to 4th and 1, I think they're not really worried about that. So I
if
don't.
He can't pick up a 4th and 1, then
yeah.
Okay, I understand that.
Look at the hand signals he's given to the receiver outside.
And I don't think there's enough pressure at this point in the game for that 4th and 1 to be a legitimate 4th and 1 or 4th and short situation. If he had to count on that, it's a 2-point game, and he has the opportunity to win it with the 3, I think he might have changed it. Depending on how much time was left on the clock.
At B as well.
Looks like a gain of 3, maybe 4. That's a timeout call.
So it's going to be tough. Let's see what happens here, man.
You look in the bottom corner here at the player cam, and you see Tdavis, or I'm sorry, you see Takeaway, but just behind him, look who it is, the guy who's been dominating with the Green Bay playbook. What do you think True Statement thinks right now watching Takeaway run Green Bay for the first time in the day and in the tournament?
I want to see why this guy is copying my offense. On top of that can turn around and hurt Takeaway. When you're in these events and you're playing against higher competition, for you to try to go to this at the spur of the moment is very, out of character, or very risky, because you haven't put no time in lab.
Do you think Takeaway, after beating Tdavis in the first game, was thinking, okay, I got this in the bag, I'll play better in the second game, and it won't require a last-second play, so what I'll do is I'll experiment with this Green Bay and see how Tdavis defends it in the event that I face True Statement? It gives me an idea what to do.
I hope he's not that arrogant.
Right.
I don't mind confidence, but I hope he's not that arrogant. And the difference, confidence, you have a reason, you have experience to go to make you confident. You have experience being successful to make you confident. Arrogance is just outright disrespectful. For you to think, if it came down to 1 point, you technically didn't really win that game. That's like winning a split decision in boxing. You didn't really do it. You did enough for 2 people to say that you possibly won.
Okay.
But you didn't really put it away. So if you won by 1, it's different if you're winning by, I say 4 to 7 points. 3 points on field goal, okay. 4 points, I beat you by a real score. You had to score to beat me. You kick the field goal to get within 4, but you're still not there. So, you know, 1 point, I would hope he's not that cocky to the point where he thinks he's going to pull someone else stuff out and win it. But we will see, because that's what he's doing right now, so let's see. But that's also because he sees Tdavis not necessarily running that offense, but very good with that. I'm not gonna call it quarterback rap. You know that offense better than me. What Tdavis is running with that quarterback.
As far Tdavis or takeaway?
Tdavis.
Tdavis is running Jacksonville, which doesn't have any, design quarterback runs. But if you're talking about where he runs this wide receiver cross and then rolls out, and he's looking just basically to dump to the wide receiver in the flat or follow him as a lead blocker.
And you get up, you make sure you're okay, then you try to find out who's responsible for you getting you.
Okay, yeah, so that's what when he's running across and he's running that halfback up the sideline. Yeah.
That's a pick.
That's bad.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you can see it on Takeaway's face there. Leans back in his chair.
It's a tense moment right here, man. Very tense game, 7-7, locked up in the third quarter, 2 minutes left in the third.
There's another one.
They bring him to the turf. What a terrible job by the quarterback. Nobody's open, tries to force the pass, and what's it turned into?
Let's see if Takeaway is going to make anything happen with this.
First down, offense ready for the snap. Here comes the wide receiver in motion. Gore
Right up the middle.
Always good to have these types of runs. Yeah, it's not a first down.
So maybe this has been a backup book for Takeaway. Yeah, he's running the bunch, so it makes me think that maybe he has experimented with this book. Like you said, it's very improbable that he would just randomly pull a book and throw together a mini scheme and try to win a tournament game with it.
But what I wanted to ask, since you run this, what is there anything that you see him missing that he's not really taking advantage?
That was a beautiful call there. Well, I mean, he's further in the tournament than I am, so the only thing I could really say is I noticed that he runs it at a slower, more deliberate pace than True Statement. True Statement uses a lot of the motion back and forth, flipping the formation, trying to cause a little bit of chaos, whereas Takeaway seems deliberate and basically clear and concise in his play call. You know, he calls a play, he's confident in it, and that's what he's calling.
And we're seeing in the chat that someone says Takeaway has ran Green Bay before, so
okay, appreciate that.
And for the score,
it looks like he's running it 6 average here for Gore, and that's pretty much the average you've seen all day from the running back in this formation is 6-7 yards a pop up the middle.
Yeah, Gore's a monster. Even we saw probably one of the best plays of the tournament where Gore caught a pass downfield and got hit stick in the middle in midair and came down and still broke off. So that was I can't remember whose game that was. That was a beautiful play earlier. So Gore is definitely a clutch player and putting up yards for everybody who's using it.
They better hurry to get the snap. Play number 6 coming up on this drive.
Fiasco's game in the buyback bracket against Havoc, for the person who's asking, came down to the very last play of the game. Havoc decided to throw, Havoc was down 3 with 4 seconds left at the 7-yard line, and he decided he was going to throw a end zone fade real quick. That way, if it was incomplete, he could just kick a game-tying field goal. Problem was, he rushed the throw a little bit, and Brandon Browner picked it for the win for Fiasco.
Yep.
49ers are getting set for their next possession.
Or he could have easily tied it up because he had plenty of time to just kick that field goal, like you're saying.
I'm not sure it was 4 seconds. It was in the area of 4 to 6.
Yeah.
It was enough time where he had time for one play, and if it was incomplete, he could kick a field goal.
Oh my! He didn't go down. Wow.
And they bring him down at the 33-yard line.
Wow. Great running plays here. Started the fourth quarter. Well, not started the fourth quarter because we're in 4-minute quarters right now.
No, 3-minute quarters.
Still 3 minutes to start of the fourth quarter.
Great swat.
Tdavis has the ball.
And slide feet first. The quarterback's hollering out instructions. This game is not over, but the quarterback
crossing routes
time is short.
pain
His
this
team
year.
must do something in a hurry.
Nowadays, we see it all the time.
It's almost as bad as it was when MLG had the Madden Challenges, the quarterback sneak, where guys were just putting everybody on crossing routes and waiting to clear out the middle for the quarterback to run. But these crossing routes are so effective. It's just been rough to deal with all year long. Look at this. And that's basically what we're seeing. We're seeing the Eagles.
Another first down by the offense.
The Eagles offense, not the Eagles offense, but the
playbook.
Not even the playbook. Back then, the team. I'm just saying the team was the Eagles when we were in MLG.
Oh, okay.
So we're seeing the Vic with the 4 receivers, or the Oakland Raiders with the 4 receivers just running crossings, and they're just waiting for the guys to cross and just take off with the quarterback up the middle. And that's what we keep seeing here.
Very similar. I did read something in the chat. I'm just trying to keep an eye on both. They're asking about the Pats wheel drag. I haven't seen New England run at all today. Doesn't mean that there's not wheels. I mean, that's basically the concept is exactly 2 fades, 2 wheels, and a drag.
Yeah.
You're going to look for the seams. You're going to look for the wheels. You're going to check down to the drag, and then you're going to play making the drag up and run.
When you have an offense like this that just keeps getting first
Very
down,
effective.
not only they move in scoring
Offense.
position,
Simple,
but they're
but
giving
extremely
their defense
effective.
a lot of rest.
They're
to
able
run.
to move the chains after that last run.
I had it run on me by some guy, and he made me a believer of just sitting here like, oh, I can't believe this guy just beat me with a streak fade combo and 2 drags and a wheel route about to happen.
And you look at wide receiver cross. You got the running back on the wheel. You've got the left split in on the wheel. You've got 2 shallow crosses, and then you can do whatever you want with the deep cross. You can put him on a streak, or you can block him. It's up to you, but you have those 2 wheels, those 2 drags.
Tdavis is in scoring position. He has to get a touchdown to tie things up. 1:08 left in the game.
This is the formation Tdavis says he likes this book for it, but he audibles back down into the strong on.
Woo! Man, good play.
Frank Gore is good for minimum of 1 broken tackle per play.
That's clutch. That man in the backfield, that man shooting through that backfield like that. So when he put that man in motion and made San Fran defender fall over himself, that's key right there.
The wide receiver shifting around in motion. 1st and 10. Gets it again here. Going to lose yards here.
Team with the lead calling a timeout. I'm not sure I necessarily agree with that call. You're allowing the team who is down to stop and collect their thoughts.
The quarterback mixing things up at the line of scrimmage.
Unless he's already thinking he's just automatically going to score and he needs time.
Yeah, I mean for me that's an act of self-doubt.
Yeah.
Whereas he has no reason to be self-doubt. Tdavis has been on the run all game with Kavanaugh. Not sure I understand that.
Unless we have takeaway is in the
Yes, takeaway is in the red. And he is calling timeouts. I'm not sure I understand this. You're giving Tdavis 6 timeouts.
Yeah.
If Tdavis basically, let's say Tdavis runs the ball right here. Do you think he takes another timeout the way this is going?
Man, I'm lost. I feel like Bill Belichick, and I don't even want to bring this up, but asking against my Eagles, are they winning? Like when they saw that we weren't in no huddle in the Super Bowl, it's like, hold on, what's going on? Are they winning the game? Like, what's going on here?
Okay, so he takes another one. I'm not sure. I guess he's thinking, okay, if worst comes to worst, Tdavis punches in some sort of fade, streak, drag, playmaker drag, or wheel here, and he wants 29 seconds and no timeouts to try to get a field goal.
of the drive.
Got him.
That was
What a
stupid.
catch. I have not seen that animation all year long.
I would have not given him all of them opportunities.
Well,
That's
here
crazy.
we are. It's a tie game.
That was the
now.
best case
We'll
scenario
see
for
how the
Tdavis.
teams
He just
react
gave
to
him
it.
all 3
Will it be
timeouts.
Positive
That's
or
crazy.
negative?
That's crazy. That's crazy. Gotta make sure we ask takeaway. What the hell was he thinking doing that?
Lining up now for the extra point.
Sickness, he's kicking an extra point.
Extra point is good. It's as tight as it can be. The game all square in the final moments.
Wow.
Yeah, when the game gets to this situation, Jim, which coach has the courage to call that play that's a little daring? They could
why give it
backfire
time?
if it
Why?
doesn't.
And then why kick short by Tdavis here? Why give takeaway the ball at the 31? One deep seam here. You can let the clock run and kick a field goal. Well, Tdavis would have to use timeouts. I'm not sure I understand the game
This game is
management
all
here
tied up and
in
it's
the
headed
last
for
30
the
seconds by
wire.
both sides. But, as I've said all day, I can't criticize. These guys are in the position they are. Great blitz call, but Kaepernick breaks it, and that should be a wow.
Interception all alone. It's always good when your quarterback is able to
better
deceive
hurry up
the
and get it. I just went
defense
shaker
with
on
good
everybody with
play
that.
action fakes. That's what did it that time. Look at the quarterback. Nice fake. Defense reacts to the run, and now you throw it over the top for the easy completion.
Too risky here.
Now, if he QB kneels, he has enough time, despite not having any timeouts, to call the field goal.
Game flow.
Playing way off the receivers.
Do game
Hustles
flow?
to the line and spikes the football.
We don't even have that on.
I'm confused. He called the wrong play there.
What is it?
I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, we're just watching right now.
If this were the real NFL, both Harbaughs would be fired right now.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
Why is he doing this?
As fast as he can.
If that's what he wanted to do, he could have kneeled the ball and then held the spike ball button, no huddle, and spiked the ball.
I'm lost. Does he have some type of money play that we don't know about?
Look at the cushion they have off of these receivers.
This made absolutely 0 sense, and he's
5 wide
putting
to the
himself on the
offense.
cusp of field goal range.
There's the
Quick out
quarterback
route.
barking out new signals.
Better get out of bounds.
Down and 10.
Good call. He's going to run out of clock.
Trying to work that left side.
He's gonna kick it. It's ridiculous.
He needs
They ought to award a
100%
score
power
if
on
he makes
this. I don't think
Nope.
that's good. I'm wrong.
And the kick
Wow.
is
He had
good.
wind at his back.
This one could have gone either way.
Wow.